Hey everyone, how y'all doing today? So it's spring and we always do spring cleaning during the spring. But what about your devices? Do you spring clean those too? So just like your home and your auto, normally we clean that up during the spring, get all that stuff out of there and get rid of stuff and send it to Goodwill or whatever you do with it. But we try to make our house less cluttered. So you need to do the same thing to your phone and even your tablets. Because when you got your phone for the first time, you notice it was running nice and smooth and quick. But after you use it over time, you notice things starting to slow down, stuff takes a longer time to load. That's because this has a lot of clutter on there, and mainly that clutter is apps that you don't use anymore. So you need to go to your phone and find the apps that you don't use anymore and uninstall them. And if you ever need them again, you can always go back to the App Store and reinstall them. So I'm doing this demonstration on the Android phone, but you pretty much can do the same thing on the Apple phone too, because you can uninstall apps. So you want to go through your list of apps that you already have installed and look at the ones that you haven't used in a long time. And you can tell because you will know exactly, okay, I haven't used this app in a long time. So for me, let me see, I got automatic and I got the automatic pro. Now I don't need the automatic anymore because I upgraded to automatic pro. So that's one app that's sitting on my phone right now that I need to get rid of. So the regular automatic app is one I can get rid of right now. So on the Android phone, of course, you just hold it and uninstall. And now that's one less app that's running on my phone. So you do the same thing on your Apple iPhone too. That's one of the first thing you want to do is just get rid of the apps that you're not using anymore. And if for some reason you would need it again sometime in the future, like I said, you can always go back to the App Store and reinstall them. I download a lot of temporary apps that I know I'm not going to use again, like for instance, the Delta flight app or the American airline app, because you know when you're catching a flight it's easy to get the app on there, but until you fly again that app is just sitting on your phone and just taking up space. Delete it. The next thing you want to do is to get rid of the files that's taking up a lot of room on your device. If you have an Android phone, you can transfer them to an SD card or the cloud, and if you have an Apple phone, your only choice is going to be to the cloud. Or you can buy a special program to transfer them to your desktop computer. Now on your Android phone, you can just plug in the same port cable that you use to charge your phone and plug the USB into a computer, and you can transfer those files to your desktop. Now on your Android phone, there's a special app that's built into the phone that's called File Manager. Now when you go into that File Manager app, it's going to show you everything that's installed on your actual device. So you'll see the total amount of images, the total amount of videos and music and favorites and downloads and documents. All that stuff is going to be laid out in your File Manager app. Now this setup is not as easy on the Apple phone, so you'd have to figure out another way. And another way is to actually use a program to transfer that stuff off, or you can try to go through iTunes. But when you hook up your iPhone to the computer, only thing it's going to show is actually your pictures. So that you can take off, and probably your videos too. But you're not going to see all the detailed stuff like documents and all the other stuff. So on your Android phone, like I said, you can go into each one of these and it will show you more details of the stuff that's installed on your phone. Like you can see these are my documents. If I go down to downloads, you'll see these are all my downloads. And it will show you the amount of space is taken up on the right. And these are my music, so I can see how many music I got on here, and it will show me how many items, you know, all that stuff. And if I go to my videos, you can see these are all the videos, and in the middle it's going to show you all the apps that's taking up all that room. So right now it says WhatsApp has 652 videos. So when you go back to the images now, you'll see that it's going to do the same thing. It's going to list all the stuff that's using up the room on your device. So WhatsApp again is another culprit. So now I see 2070 items in WhatsApp. So all of that is just taking up room. And when people send you stuff, you know, family, friends, all that stuff, it gets stored as an image on your device. And that's just taking up room. Now, if you have this app installed for I don't know how many years, then 9 times out of 10, you're really not going to go back to a lot of that stuff. So it's time to get rid of it. So just go to and pick out the important stuff out of WhatsApp and save all that. and then get rid of all the other stuff that you know you're not going to look at again. Or just save it off the device and you can always go back to it later, but at least it frees up room on your device, which in turn will declutter your device, which probably make it run a little bit smoother. So that's one of the things I do to kind of prolong the life of my device instead of just buying a new one because I feel like it's getting real slow. Normally, that's what you do to actually refresh it. And sometimes I go to the extreme of just clean off everything and just factory reset the phone and reinstall the stuff that I know I'm going to use again. Because even when you declutter the phone, sometimes there's hidden files that you can't see, that you can't delete, stays on the phone. But when you factory reset it now, it just swipe the phone clean and then it's basically just like it is when you first bought it. So yes, that's your next step you want to do, is get rid of all of those files that you know you're not going to use anymore. Move them over to an SD card for your Android users, or move it over to the cloud for your Apple phone users. Android users also have the option to move it to the cloud too. Now another way to store the files off your Android phones is to put them on an SSD drive. Now I covered that in one of my videos. I'll leave the link to that video in the description, so make sure you check it out. So another app you want to try to install on your device too is called Malwarebytes. Now Malwarebytes is a virus scanner. It's going to find your viruses, it's going to find out if you have any spyware, adware, all that stuff. So you want to try to run that too. I have mine installed on my device and I usually run that like, I don't know, once a week or whatever, but use that too, because sometimes there's little spyware, adware, and viruses installed on your device and you don't know. I mean, it could easily be installed on there and it's just bogging down your device from running its optimal performance. So I would do a virus scan. Now I like to use Malwarebytes, but any kind of anti-malware, anti-spyware, anti-adware app that's good, go ahead and use those two, but use one. And some devices usually come with some type of scanning thing that you can use to scan your device, but use any one as long as you use something to scan your device and see if there's any spyware and adware or anything that's on your device so you can get rid of it. Another area you can also tackle is your messages. So if you have any old text messages that you're not reading again, or you even conversate with that person anymore, go through and delete those too. Delete the whole conversation, because every little thing on your device is taking up room and is causing clutter, whether you're using it or not. So get rid of those old text messages. And while you're at it, just go to your contacts. Get rid of contacts that you're not using anymore either. So the last thing I would like to recommend you on keeping your phone clean and in tip-top shape is a phone cleaner. Now there's a lot of phone cleaning apps on the App Store, so I like Phone Cleaner. So Phone Cleaner is a good app that actually go through and try to clean up your phone to make sure all that stuff that's running in the background stop running, and it even stops stuff that's running in memory that you didn't even know that was running, which helps save battery life. But get one of these junk removal cleaner, because they find all the deep hidden stuff that you can't get to. So after doing all of this, hopefully your device seems to pick up a little speed. Now it's not going to run like a brand new phone that's have the latest and greatest technology built in, but at least you will prolong the life of your phone if that's what you're trying to do. Now this phone I have was probably made in 2015, but it's still running tip-top shape, so I'm not in no rush to get rid of it. I know there's the latest and greatest stuff out there right now, but as long as I keep doing my preventative maintenance, then this phone is going to run for a good little while. And to me, it's still running like the day I bought it. It probably degraded a little bit, but it's not so much where I notice it. Now for all the Apple users, some of the steps are not going to be available to you just like it is on the Android, but the main thing is to get rid of that clutter. Get rid of all of the stuff that you're not using anymore. Flush out a lot of that WhatsApp files that's just storing up on your device. Get rid of contacts that you're not using anymore. Delete messages that you're not going to read anymore. Because every little thing that's stored on your device is taking up room and it's just clutter. Uninstall those apps that you're not using anymore, and you can reinstall them if you ever need them again. Download some form of anti-malware app. I like Malwarebytes, and run a malware scan. and then get a cleaner to clean out all that extra stuff that you can't reach. And if you want to go all out, you can always factory reset your phone back to where it was initially was, and then reinstall the stuff back on there. But if you go to that extreme, make sure you back up your data, because you're going to lose them if you don't. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video. I want to thank you for taking the time for watching it. I look forward to see you next time. Have a good one.